Welcome, light beings. Welcome here to your weekly reading. Light beings, today we're going to have a very special reading. I feel guided to do a special reading for star seeds and light workers, okay? So if you feel guided, watch this video. There's a message here for you. So we always start by setting the intention. May this reading bring you clarity, truth, love, and healing. So stay with me in the here and now. Focus on your questions or things that you need more understanding or more clarity or direction. And trust this reading will bring it to you. Okay. And we say thank you to our angels and spirit guides for all the love, all the kindness, and all the guidance that they give us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So light beings, I already feel that some of you might have been new to the concept of starseed, to the concept of galactic origin, and you now trying to explore, find more answers or confirmation as well regarding what you already know to be true. Okay, because our heart knows. Our heart knows what's true and what's not. And I also have here one of the starseed deck. Let me start. And as soon as I start feeling doing this this reading, there's this energy here of being very overwhelmed and tired and needing to rest, but also needing answers. And this is the kind of energy that nobody's going to give me the answer but myself. But you do look, you can look for signs, you can look for things to confirm what you're already feeling. Because especially in the beginning, is almost like a very human thing to do, that we need the confirmation. We need the confirmation to bring some warmth to our heart for us to understand that, no, I'm not crazy, okay? You're not crazy. Let's see. Let's take here one message. Want one? I have the blue flame wanting to show up, but I want one at a time. Okay, thank you. I have two there, but it was because it was meant to come out. So let's see. Celebration, celebrate your achievements. You truly are a gift to the universe. So this is also confirmation that instead of focusing on what you do not have answers yet, instead of focusing on questions that lead you to doubt, today, just today, allow yourself to trust your abilities. Allow yourself to understand that you do have maybe spiritual gifts, that you do have a good intuition, that maybe you're a medium, maybe you're a light worker. Trust that. Allow yourself today to trust that. Channel. You are a channel through which healing energy reaches the world. So it's like a very interesting confirmation, right? Some of you are channelers and mediums. Regardless of your specific gift, spiritual gift, you all are here to heal and help heal the collective and help heal. You know, a healer is someone that chooses to heal themselves, is someone that is on a path of healing. And then the healer is the one that ignites the light and the fire within others to do the same for themselves. A healer does not necessarily heal anyone, but does turn on the light that they have within themselves to find that healing. So this is what the true definition of spiritual healing means. We do that for ourselves. And the light that we create by doing that inspires, influences others to do the same, like a ripple effect. Let's see what is the collective that wants to speak with us today. Which collective wants to speak with us? Yeah, the throat chakra is really being activated, and this has been the whole year and more intense day by day. Need to heal this. It's almost like some of us have gone through this healing of, now I speak my truth, there's no fear. And suddenly the whole world is changing again, and so many people are being persecuted for saying what they believe, for telling their opinion. And remember, an opinion is an opinion. We don't have to agree. We don't even have to accept it. But we need to have the wisdom in our hearts and enough tolerance to agree to disagree and allow other people to speak their truth. And what happens in every side of the coin, okay? This is not only about left and right, right or wrong, light or darkness, okay? If we go to the extremes, they all do that, which is, I don't agree with you, I'm going to try to shut you up. And they can do that in many ways. So it's almost some of you are healers who have healed this, and now the whole world is going backwards. And you're like, oh, now that I was starting to be able to speak my truth, and I need to be careful or mindful. You don't. You just need to be wise enough to understand that although we are free to tell our truth, we also need to have the maturity and the responsibility to deal with the actions of that truth, right? With the consequences of what my actions were. So just be smart, be wise, but do not be fearful. Okay, this is a really huge deck. I'm going to divide it and see one at a time. What is happening? Logic and reason, huh? You know, who said that? I think it was Voltaire or Goethe. I don't remember. Common sense is not so common, isn't it? What is happening here? We have 3 cards already. Feminine Principle, Vega. Power of Sun, Vega. Sharing cultural ideals, Pleiades. How amazing that is, no? How amazing that is. It goes so much in the direction of what we were speaking. The bottom of the deck we have with Protectiveness, Lyra or Lyra. Okay, angels one at a time. I need one at a time, okay. Zeta Reticuli, Future, Mirror Reflection. This is all very synchronistic, isn't it? And this also talks a lot about 2019 and how the world changed. Anything else in this deck? Anything else? Okay, thank you. Bottom of deck, Homesickness, Vega. So Vega is definitely here, full power. And then we have here True Compassion, Orion Light, Future. Esasani Parallel, Spiritual Sovereignty. So in the beginning I could also feel this really very truthful, powerful energy of timelines shifting, and some of us are really here in the quantum field, like in between timelines. It's almost like trapped in between those timelines. And yesterday I also saw someone speaking about this on Instagram, asking, does anyone else feel like this? Yes. There's more else's there that feel like this. Like we are in this quantum entrapment, which is happening with this split of timelines, right? And what I feel is happening, if you resonate with this, is almost like your soul knows the way to evolution, but humanity within you does not want to abandon principles, beliefs, or maybe even people that are not ready to do this quantum shift. So you're torn. And because you're torn, you cannot make a decision. So you are in between. Don't delay your progress because other people are not ready to embrace it. Okay? We cannot save everyone, and we don't all have the same timeline. We don't all have the same speed of progression or lack of it. And we just need to really accept it. Accept it. Some people need to learn other lessons. Some people need to stay longer in another vibration. That's okay. If you are in a low vibration, you don't even know you're in a low vibration. You don't even feel it in the way that someone in a higher vibration feels it. So it's okay. You're not responsible for the stupid choices of others. And you need to let go of that guilt of feeling responsible, because you're not. And some of you, this kind of sense of responsibility comes from the wars in Orion, you know, and explaining this to someone maybe that is not so familiar with all this, and if you want to be familiar, I recommend the book Prism of Lyra, which is the first in the trilogy. You also have documentaries, have a lot of videos available on internet as well, and you have your own intuition. Do meditation and things will be shown to you. But let's talk in humanity terms. I have a lot of German friends, right? And I heard a lot about this German guilt from, you know, from their history and from whatever they did, which was not nice. But every time I speak with any German friend of mine, you know, even if these people are around, they are in their 30s or 40s. So this was way before their time. I asked them, do you feel guilty? And they all say, yes. Yes, we feel guilty. Yes, I feel guilty. Yes, I feel ashamed. Yes, we have this complex of guilt. And, when you tell them, but it was not you. Yes, but I belong to that nation. So it's almost like, even though, and you as a starseed, maybe you are in a part of this conflict or in Orion. And the movie Star Wars really talks, is like a documentary. Watch it was like a documentary. I sound like a crazy person. And this is really picking up on the energy that someone is just awakened and like, oh my God, I sound like a crazy person. It's okay. You will overcome that. You will overcome that. You're not crazy. You don't need to prove nothing to anyone, okay? But it's almost like maybe in this war, you were on the shadow side of the war, and now your soul carries this kind of responsibility because you ascended, you evolved, and now you're here to do good, but you cannot do good for everybody. And don't let the wrong from the past, and this past can be really, really a galactic past, dictate how you're going to go, how you're going to move forward. Okay, the past is the past, and we do have here, like let's say the Vega was like the grandfathers, right? Like the responsibles to create humanity in the past, okay? You need to allow feminine principle, allow things to come to you, allow things to unfold, allow. It's very important. And they are showing me also something very, very curious now, which I tell you in a second, but sound is very important in the sense, be mindful of what you listen, music and words and speeches as well. Some of you might be extremely sensitive to sound and to be able to listen a rhetoric or ideas that you do not approve. You need to learn to do that. And recently I was watching something that was telling about fear and how we were not born fearful. We as children are not afraid. We're not afraid of anything. There's one exception, apparently, which is the fear of loud noises. Apparently this was not something that we learned or was taught to us to fear. We just, humanly speaking, we are afraid of noise, loud noises. So this is also for you to understand how noise, and this noise could be crowds, could be parties, could be music, could be words, could be tones that you are tuning in. You need to be mindful of how that is making your body and your soul feel. Just be mindful. We need to let love lead the way, and now it's important to connect with your collective from the Pleiades or from your allies in spirit from the Pleiades at the present moment, because we have here sharing cultural ideals, and we need to understand that there's different ideals, there's different values, there is difference, and our differences are reasons to celebrate and not reason to turn us apart. We need to understand that difference makes us richer. If we all have a nail polish that is this color, it will be so boring. It will be so boring. I'm so happy there are so many other colors. Aren't you? If we all would eat Italian food, which is amazing and I would not mind, but let's say Italian food, we all would only eat this amazing pasta, this amazing, even though it's amazing, right? The pizza, like really. I'm talking about the Italian food, really this good one from Italy, not your concept of Italian food. Italian food made by Italians with Italian ingredients. It's amazing. But if everywhere in the world we would only be able to eat Italian food, it will become very boring. Aren't we happy that we have Asian food, which is also amazing? Aren't we happy that we have our variety of Mediterranean food that is also very amazing, right? Don't we all like croissants, for instance? Majority of us really like this kind of variety. Variety is amazing, right? Even fast food, which is something that you will not probably find in Italian food. It's also okay to have it sometimes. It's also tasty. So the variety is something that enriches our life, and we need to embrace that. We need to have compassion. And we also need to have the ability to understand that we can change our mind. Others can also change their mind at their own timing, at their own pace. It's okay. I see there's a lot of hope here in the future, which is like people starting. We have a group of people that are really going backwards, and we have a group of people that start to wake up and really see the mirror and see that the hate that I project in you is within me. Right? The love that I project in you is within me. So we're really starting, there's a group of people that really starts to take accountability for their thoughts, for their words, for their actions. This is how we achieve the spiritual sovereignty. And this is with the parallel, this is really what's happening now. Timelines. You need to choose, you need to claim the timeline that you want. You cannot keep here in this quantum entanglement in between timelines. It's really like, it's like being cut in half. Choose love, choose compassion, choose tolerance, choose evolution, choose to be the difference. And remember, remember that the light in me sees the light in you, but remember that the purpose of the light is darkness, right? It's like, if you light up a candle in a room full of candles, one more candle does not make a difference in overall. But if you light a candle in a very dark room, this is going to make a very, very big difference. And also, like, you need to assume the responsibility and the consequence of choosing to be light. Because, as I said, the purpose of light is in the darkness. And if you choose to be light, you're going to be surrounded by darkness. And that's okay. You can do this. Okay? I'll take your final card. I will choose this one to see what else do you need to know. Okay. Number 17, consciousness. The frequency of consciousness supports our ability to focus our intention on all the multidimensional aspects that show up, so that we can include them in our reality. You can choose your reality. Be open to change perception, be open to all ideas, be open to even change your own if they don't resonate with you anymore. You know, only a very dumb person doesn't change their mind. We are growing, we are evolving, we're learning more. We will change eventually. Ideals or ideas. I mean, remember who you were when you maybe were a teenager or a child, and how far you have come and how different you become. Right? Maybe your essence is still the same, which is great, but maybe the way you see things and you agree or disagree is a bit different, right? This is called evolution, it's called wisdom. That's okay. Allow also others to be themselves. So, light beings, thank you so much for spending this time with me. I hope this reading helped you, brought you some clarity. If it did, I'll be very, very happy to read your comment. Thank you for spending this time with me, and I'll see you soon.